It's a beautiful story, and a story that still has to be told, and that's the reason why we want this church to be restored. I've been expecting it to collapse for years now.
The architecture of the church was a sight to behold. We felt immensely at home.
It was magnificent. I mean, the architecture is incredible. The soaring spaces, it's 40 feet up to the ceiling.
It's very rare to find an African-American architect who has built a church of that style and that monumental size. So that in and of itself is important.
It shows the stature of African-American citizens in Helena at the turn of the century.
Well, Helena's an old river town, and at one time it was a big, rollicking river town, and like many Delta towns, it began to fall on hard times, and it's been shrinking ever since.
So I am the second generation from my family in trying to save and restore this church, which is really a sad situation.
The roof was leaking, the trusses were bad. They managed to protect it, but the foundation was unable to get past that to get to the next stage, which is to restore it.
When I volunteered to write some additional grants, I was told that that was already being handled, and so I just said, okay.
This is a community that's racially divided, and the control is with the broader society.
The exploitation of African Americans in the South and in the Delta has been notorious. And even though that's in the distant past, those wounds and hurts, I think, are still there. And there's a feeling of distrust, understandably, I think, if you only look at the past.
E.C. Morris, who was the minister there, did a lot for civil rights. So that is a story that we want to tell.
I am not going to retell my story to them for them to tell it. And I'm probably am wrong. But I would rather see it fall and say, put up a sign, here Centennial stood. At least we would still be in control.
Are you cutting off your nose to spite your face?
Probably. It's hurtful.
The building is salvageable. The rigid political minds and for whatever the various agendas are, I'm not so certain.
You know, I don't know all the politics on it, but when you spend as much time on a project as we do, you're invested. And so, yeah, it's frustrating.
In the same breath, I've always been a person of optimism. I would not even be engaged in this conversation if I thought all was gone.